Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. I'm the Monk, and today, yes, we are back in Mount and Blade to Bannerlord, and I'm here with another console video. Now, this video is all about trade. More specifically, this video is about how to glitch, to tweak, to manipulate your way in having more trade points. Now, for anyone that has played Mount and Blade 2, they will know that this is a very grindy game. In order to get good at anything, in order to get levels into any stat, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of work. But with this method, now this is an old method, this is a method that has been around on PC for a very long time. I haven't yet come around to actually trying it on console until just the other day. But hey, I found out that it still works. So this is a method in order to get a ton of trade experience on your character very easily, and it involves your smithed gear. Now, for anyone that knows again about this game, they know that when it comes to anything smithed, be it weapons or materials, you don't get any trade experience on it because this is something that you've made. This isn't something that you're making a profit on. So I'm going to show you a method to not only make profit off it and not only to make trade experience, but you're going to make a ton of trade experience on it as well. And again, if this is the kind of video that you want to see, guys, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out so much. We also have an active and growing Discord, so if you're looking for a place to share your Bannerlord thoughts, then the link for that is down in the description. Okay, so firstly, this method requires a couple of things. You need yourself a town, and you need to maneuver a caravan so it's just outside the town that you're working with. The second thing you need to do is go into both the caravan and the town and make sure it has no no metal of any kind, so buy up any ore that they have. This is also going to be an awful lot easier and an awful lot quicker if you clear out your inventory and only have the smelted items in your inventory. So all of that lovely little metal, the wrought iron, the steel, the fine steel, you want all of that stuff that you've managed to gather up from your smithing. You only want that in your inventory. As you can see, this is my trade level right here. We are at trade level 48. Now, we haven't done a huge ton of smithing in this playthrough either. This is my Let's Play character, but we do have a small amount of resources here. So we're going to do it here. So what we're going to do is sell all of our metal but one to the caravan. Now, you can pick any metal, it really doesn't matter. We're going to be doing steel this time, so we're going to leave steel in our inventory, but we're going to sell every other type of metal that we have. Now, the first time you do this, you're not going to earn anything. As you can see, we earned a tiny little bit of money, but he owed us way more than that. It doesn't matter. We're then going to go into our town, and we're going to sell our control metal. Now, this time it's going to be steel. We're going to sell our steel to the town. Then we're going to go back to the caravan where we just sold all of our gear, and we're going to buy that back. Now, what that means is the metal that we've just sold is now going to act as real materials that we can actually earn trade experience off, because this is now a trade item. And of course, what we've just done by selling the metal to the town was drive down those prices, because the town just got a huge ton of metal. Therefore, the metal that the caravan actually had on it, it's not really valued as much. So we're going to buy all of that back. There we go, all done. So now what we're going to do is go into the town and we're going to buy back all of our control metal. Remember, that was steel. So if we just cycle through here, if we find the steel, where is it? There it is. We're going to buy all of that steel back. And if we pop that on, say, for instance, our fine steel, we can see that the value of fine steel has rapidly gone up. Now, if we go back to the caravan once again, we can sell all of our metal back to the caravan for a profit because, of course, we just brought it off him for next to nothing. We're now going to sell it back to him for a profit. And as you can see, once we've done this, now it does take a little bit of time on console, of course, and I guess you guys can see that yes, we are on console. No shenanigans here. We do try to cover everything console related when it comes to Bannerlords on the Critically Clueless. Now, if we sell this to him, we can see we got ourselves 20 points in smithing. Now, again, guys, this is Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords. 20 points in one little go is nothing to sniff at. Now we're going to go back into our town once again and sell our control metal. Again, guys, that will drive down the prices. The town's flooded with metal, therefore the metal that we just sold the caravan is worth almost nothing. We're going to be able to buy that back for peanuts and rinse and repeat. And you'll see the second time, we're not going to earn as many trade experience points because we all know how this game works, you know, when it comes to having those skill points, having those attribute points. But the point is this can be rinsed and repeated, this method. I'm going to show you this on 3 different characters that I have. So you can see that it's not a fluke, it's not just one playthrough, it's not just one character with things set up. This can be used and abused, guys. And the more resources that you do this with, the more points you're going to be able to earn. In fact, stick around to the last character because, oh my god, the amount of points and experience I make on this character in one go is just insane. Because if anyone knows and followed my channel, they know that I do enjoy doing a bit of smithing. So I happen to have quite a bit of smithed ore. Now, if we go back into our caravan one more time, we're going to sell all of this stuff back to him. Again, this is for an inflated price. And keep in mind, guys, I'm doing this with a character that barely has any smithed ore on him. So yeah, we got a little bit of wrought iron, we got a little bit of steel, but it's really not that much. So your character should be able to do this from the get-go. And there we go. Again, we added a few more points to our levels. Now, if we just look at our character real quick, we're going to have a look so you can see that yes, he has got that boost. Look at that, we are now up to 71 trade. Again, now if we just switch to another character, now with this character we've already got a few things in place. We've got our town, we've got our caravan, the metal on us has already been traded over once, so it's now ready to, you know, make experience off. And with this character we don't actually have a lot of steel, so we're using something different. We're using crude iron as our control metal. So now if we buy back our crude iron, you can see that we're going to drive up those prices once again. As you can see, fine steel is now inflated. So if we go to our caravan now, once again, sell all of our goods here. If we sell all of our steel and everything like that, we're going to see that we're going to earn a lot more trade experience because on this character, we have a decent amount of gear to do this with. So sell our steel. Now, one thing I would say is that you can typically lose a little bit of money when you very first do this, guys. So, you know, keep that in mind. You may need a few thousand dinars just to enable you to do this method. This isn't a way to make money, but this is a way to drive up. There we go. As you can see, we made a lot of trade experience here once again. But like I said, this is the way to make this trade experience, to gain all of these levels, which will eventually mean that we're able to get up to level 300 plus and be able to purchase any town, any castle that we want in the game. Now, if you stuck around to the end of this video, I'm really glad you have, guys, because I'm going to show you something which I was surprised about, because I know this method is really, really good, but this is my main character. This is the character that I've spent the most amount of time in. I've done a huge amount of smithing. I have a lot of resources when it comes to those smithing resources. Now, you can see that I am trade level 101. You can see my attribute points, my focus points, and now I want to be at level 300, and I'm going to get there, guys, in a single trade. It's absolutely insane the amount of experience I earn doing this, but hey, it is what it is. I have a lot of resources and this method works, and this is the third character that I'm showing you it works on. Now remember, in order to do this correctly, you need to make sure you go into that town, you search through the inventory within the town, buy up any metal that this town has. Also make sure you do this for the caravan as well. And remember, it helps massively, speeds the process up for you, especially if you have to do this a few times to clear out your inventory. Now, if you don't have a castle and if you don't have a town, clearing out your inventory isn't going to be an option. So I completely understand that. And again, remember, it can be with any metal you want. It doesn't have to be steel, it doesn't have to be iron, or it can be anything you want, but you need a control metal. You need to have a single metal that you are selling back and buying back from the town in order to drive up and lower those prices. There are a few things that you need to have in place, but once they are all in place, it's pretty simple, guys. So once we have traded all of our gear, so we need to trade all this metal, because all this metal right now is just standard metal. This is smithed metal, therefore it's not going to work. It's not going to earn you any experience points, so you need to sell it all to the caravan, and of course you're going to need to buy all of that back as well. Now, depending on how much stuff you actually have to sell back to them, it's going to cost you a varied amount. For me, it costs a little bit more than it would for you because I have a huge ton of it. So now we have all of that sold to the caravan. We're going to go back into the town and we're going to sell our metal to the town. We're going to sell our controlled metal to the town. In this case, it is steel. So if we go over, sell our steel over, boosh. There we go. That should lower some of the costs it's going to cost us to buy this stuff back. So pop it back into the caravan now. We're going to buy back all these resources. Now, it does cost me a rather lot of money. I do have the money in order to do so, so it's not an issue. And of course, remember, the more resources you do this with, the more money it's going to cost you as well. So, you know, try and cover your backs and understand the process. So let's buy all this back. Oosh, and you can see that money going up. Like I said, for me, it's okay. I've got more than enough money to cover it. All that wrought iron, that was a lot of wrought iron. And then there's crude iron. But again, we need to do this because we need it to be trade material. We need to make sure that we drive down that price so that we were buying it for the lowest price possible. So that way when we go back in to the town now, buying back that steel, we're driving up the value of the materials. Now remember, when it comes to trade and trade experience, it's all about that profit. So the more profit you make off an item, the more experience you're gonna be earning. Let's go down and find our steel. There it is. Pop it over, and as you can see, once again, we're driving up the price. Now we're going to go back into our caravan and we're going to sell all of these goods back to our caravan. And this we're going to earn trade profit on. Fine, still don't mind if we do. And then we got this, that one, and then one more. Oh no, we've got a few more. We have our wrought iron, and then lastly our crude iron. As you can see, we get a little bit of it back. There we go. And look at that, guys. Look at the amount of levels we just got in that one trade. Now, this is obviously because we have a huge ton of resources that we are working with. But my God, did you see those levels? Now, if we go into our character real quick and let you look at that trade, it's insane. Not only do we have those extra levels in trade, putting us up to 366. Yes, we have capped out here. No way of earning more levels on trade. We completely capped out. Able now to get the final perk, able now to buy any castle, any town that we want, bearing in mind we have enough money. But we also went up an entire level. Yes, that's right. We were level 33. We're now almost level 35. And guys, if you've played this game, you know how hard it is to grind out those levels. But that is it. That is all the information I have for you guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've learned the process. If you are confused in any way, if I didn't show it to you enough in enough detail, let me know down in the Discord and we can have a little chat about it. But until next time, guys, I've been a monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. It is a cheeky exploit, and you know, you can choose to exploit your game or not. But here's the information for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed it and you're not subscribed to the channel, think about doing so. Hit that button and let us know what you think of the video down in the comments as well. But until next time, happy gaming.